Namaste, Sitaram, a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I'm your host, Nisha Sharma, and Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharudradev Mandir. And of course, the Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. So, not to keep you back further, we'll get straight into our pravachan with our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma. Enjoy.
प्रेम से बोले श्री रमापति महादेव की जय. Dear devotees, I want to tell you a story. I believe that scriptures in today's society, through simple stories we can get through essence. So the story goes like this, that once there lived a king who, despite his luxurious lifestyle, he was neither happy nor was he contented. And one day he came upon a servant who was singing happily while he worked. And this fascinated the king. Why was he, the supreme ruler of the kingdom, unhappy and gloomy, while a lowly servant was so joyous? So the king asked the servant that, why are you so happy? And the servant replied, Your Majesty, I am nothing but a servant, but my family and I, we don't need much. Just a roof over our heads, warm food to fill our tummies, and perhaps a little to save for a rainy day. But the king was not satisfied with that reply, and so later on the day he sought the advice of his most trusted advisor. And after hearing the king woes and the servant's story, the advisor said, Your Majesty, I believe that the servant has not been made part of the 99 Club. The 99 Club, the king inquired. What exactly is the 99 Club? The advisor, the mantri, replied, Your Majesty, you truly know what the 99 Club is. If you truly want to know what the 99 Club is, let's place 99 gold coins in a bag and leave it at another servant's doorstep. So next day, the 99 coins were left at another servant. And so when the servant saw the bag, he picked it up and he took it in. But when he opened the bag, he let out a great shout of joy. So many gold coins, he began to count them. After several counts, he was at last convinced that there were 99 coins. What could have happened to the last gold coin? Surely no one would leave 99 coins, he wondered. He looked everywhere he could, but he could not find the final coin. That final coin was elusive. Finally exhausted, he decided he would have to work harder than ever to earn that gold coin and complete his collection. And from that day, the servant's life was changed. He was overworked, horribly grumpy towards his family for not helping him to make that 100 coin. He stopped singing while he worked. Witnessing this drastic transformation, the king was puzzled. But when he sought his advisor's help, the advisor said, Your Majesty, the servant has now officially joined the 99 Club. He continued, the 99 Club is a name given to those people who have enough to be happy, but they are never contented. Because they are always yearning and striving for that extra one, telling themselves, let me get that one final thing and then I will be happy for life. We can be happy even with very little in our lives. But the minute we are given something bigger and better, we want even more. We lose our sleep, our happiness, we hurt the people around us. All these as a price for growing greed and desires. That is what the 99 Club is all about. Time itself passes away. May the blessing of the Lord be upon each and every one of you. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi, Om.
जय जय बोलो हनुमान की, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की। जय जय बोलो हनुमान की, 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 राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम को भाई नाम अमृत पियो हिया भरी पंक्ति। राम को भाई नाम अमृत पियो हिया भरी पंक्ति। जानकी जग की माता, जानकी है जग की माता, ज्योति कोटि न पान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की। लक्ष्मण लखावी गुण सारे, किया सुख आन की। लक्ष्मण लखावी गुण सारे, किया गुण आन की। विरम मत हसे तो शासन, विरम मत हसे तो शासन, चतुर चतुर पान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की। जाके महिमा की गुणपुर में, चार युग परमान की। जाकी महिमा की गुणपुर में, चार युग परमान की। पुष्कर दाता सहचरण, पुष्कर दाता सचरण के, रखो शर्मे प्राण की। जय जय बोलो हनुमान की, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय जय बोलो हनुमान की।
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's pravachan and you are certainly feeling blessed because of it. And so we will get straight into our informative session, our health segment with our own Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon.
Sitaram and welcome to Health Corner. I am Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon, and today is the second in our two-part series discussing how our religion and culture are key factors in our medical care. Last week we mentioned all the different aspects of how culture must be taken into account when offering medical treatment. And we discussed in more detail the role of our family unit and the community and its effect on our healthcare. Next, we discussed diet and healthcare. If you have ever been hospitalized, you may have noticed that there are limited options when it comes to meals. This is especially true when it comes to vegetarians. Recently, there has been an effort in Canadian hospitals to address the needs of vegetarians and provide meal options that conform to the various dietary restrictions that exist. If you do have dietary restrictions, this must be expressed at the beginning of your hospital admission. This is because meals are planned a day in advance, and so without advanced knowledge of your specific diets, a generic meal is sometimes all that is provided, which may not conform to your needs. It is estimated that 10% of the Canadian population identify themselves as vegetarian. This is an estimated 2.3 million people in Canada, which is up from just 900,000 or 2.7% in 2003. This impressive increase in the number of vegetarians in Canada means that healthcare facilities have to accommodate your needs. However, they must be made aware of it in advance. Next is the role of the doctor-patient relationship. In Western culture, there has been a shift in the decision-making process to be more of a shared care model. This means that both the physician and the patient make medical decisions together after a discussion. This is different from what our culture is typically used to, where the physician is seen as more of the decision maker and the patient goes along with what decision is suggested. An example is the discussion around when to start a major treatment like chemotherapy for cancer patients. After a lengthy and detailed discussion about the pros and cons of chemotherapy, the typical Western patient will indicate if they would like to start it or not. This is different from the typical Indian patient, where they are more likely to respond with, "Well, what do you think I should do?" This example highlights the difference that exists in the decision-making process and that it may be more physician-led as compared to the typical Western patient. This also relates to who is responsible for your health. With increasing patient autonomy comes an increased responsibility for your own healthcare. In our culture, we assume less responsibility for our own health. As a result, many of us have a very poor knowledge of our own medical history. Many of us are unable to list all of our medical history and medications and their doses. We have discussed this point in the past, where the creation of a personal health record allows us to take more control of our own health and ensure key information is available during an emergency situation. Our last is our belief on death and dying. One of the most important aspects of our culture and its impact on our healthcare is when it comes to end-of-life care. In past episodes, we have discussed how in our culture, we do not discuss death and end-of-life care. Just 15% of South Asians have an advance directive discussing end-of-life wishes, as compared to 40% of white Canadians. We need to start this discussion and have it written and expressed to our loved ones. An advance directive for end-of-life care allows our wishes to be honored and also takes the pressure off our loved ones to make a decision for us if we are incapacitated. I hope this series on how culture and religion may affect our medical care was useful and can start and stimulate some discussion around these issues. Thank you for joining me on Health Corner, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week on Rudraaya.
अब प्यार मोहब्बत कैसा बहाना, प्यार मोहब्बत कैसा बहाना, सुनो मोरे सुनो मोरे सुनो मोरे रानी दिल की कहानी रे, कहानी सुनो रे, कहानी सुनो रे, सुनो मोरे रानी सुनो मोरे आयब सुनो मोरे रानी दिल की कहानी, अब दिल की कहानी सुनो दिल जानी, सुनो दिल सुनो दिल सुनो दिल जानी दिल की कहानी रे, दिल की कहानी सुन रे, अब दिल की कहानी सुनो रे। अब आज मिला ले दुनिया बता ले, अब दिल है दीवाना तेरे लिए, आज मिला ले आज मिला ले आज मिला ले दुनिया बता ले, अब दिल है दीवाना तेरे लिए, सुनो मोरे रानी दिल की कहानी रे, कहानी सुनो रे, अब दिल की कहानी सुनो रे, अब दिल की कहानी सुनो रे, अब दिल की कहानी सुनो रे।
My dear viewers, we are heading into a corporate segment and would like to remind you that, sometimes we get some really valuable feedback from you. So please feel free that if you have any questions today for our presenters, so whether it's Pandit Ravi or whether it's Dr. Sachin or Kamalji, who's the host of our corporate segment, please do send them in and we will be more than happy to address any questions that you may have. And also, if you have any ideas to share with us on how we can enhance Rudraaya, please also be sure to reach out. We look forward to you reaching out and providing that constructive feedback. We'll get straight into a corporate segment with Kamalji from Lotus Funeral Home.
My name is Kamal Bardwaj, and I'm the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium in Kitchener. I'm also a licensed funeral director. Discussing a loved one's last wishes is incredibly important. But surprisingly, only 1% of us have had the conversation in depth. It's understandable. There's still a taboo in society that surrounds death and bereavement. No one really wants to acknowledge that one day their loved ones will no longer be around and have to handle conversations that can be both uncomfortable and upsetting. However, speaking about death openly with family members creates the opportunity to understand their preferences for medical care and funeral arrangements. It's rewarding to organize a funeral knowing that it was exactly what they wanted. Trouble is, talking about these things never feels urgent until there's no option but to discuss it. Often this is due to a loved one's ill health, but even then it's not necessarily too late. Talking about death can actually be cathartic, as many people experience a need to talk and voice their feelings. Of course, it's easy to think, I'll talk to them closer to the time, or now is not the right time. Life, however, is unpredictable, and talking to your loved ones about death should be a priority. At Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium, we operate 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Our crematorium is located in our building, so we never have to leave our building in cold or bad weather for cremation. Our crematorium space can have a large group of people to attend the witnessing of the cremation as well. For Hindu families, we provide all the puja items, including fresh leaves and a havan kund. We have large halls that can accommodate large seating to smaller ones. We are centrally located for families in the west and for families in the east. For more information, please contact me from the telephone number on the screen. Thank you for watching and see you next week on Rudraaya. Sitaram.
Life is beautiful, but death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
वरदान हमारे घर राम भजो हमारे घर राम भजो हमारे घर राम भजो दुर्गो वरदान हमारे घर राम भजो कौन करे राम कौन करे लक्ष्मण कौन करे राम कौन करे लक्ष्मण कौन भरत भुवन कौन भरत भुवन हमारे घर राम बजो दुर्गा नदियो वरदान हमारे घर राम बजो Veludaave anadhan simban Veludaave anadhan simban Veludaave bajadan Veludaave bajadan Hamare ghar Rama baju Durgana diyo varadan Hamare ghar Rama baju अमर राम दुष्कर लक्ष्मण अमर राम दुष्कर लक्ष्मण इष्ट भरत भुवन इष्ट भरत भुवन हमारे घर राम बजो दुर्गा नारियो वरदान हमारे घर राम बजो कौशल्यालुतावे अनधन सुन्नान कौशल्यालुतावे अनधन सुन्नान दशरथावे बजदान दशरथी पावे बजदान हमारे घर राम बजो दुर्गा हरियो वरदान हमारे घर राम बजो हमारे घर राम बजो हमारे घर राम बजो दुर्गा हरियो वरदान दुर्गा हरियो वरदान हमारे घर राम बजो दुर्गा हरियो वरदान हमारे घर राम बजो
My dear viewers, we've come to the end of another segment of Rudraaya. I hope you've enjoyed today's segment and it starts your day off right on this beautiful Saturday morning so that you are feeling blessed and you are feeling energized and passion, and that passion is heightened so that you can go out there and enjoy this beautiful day. And of course, would like to thank our kind sponsors at Maharudraaya Mandir, as well as our executive producer, Gary Khan, for making Rudraaya possible. And our theme for today is, about having a positive attitude. And it is important to have a positive attitude, especially in times of, where you feel that you've lost hope, or there's, for example, the pandemic has occurred, that we must approach every challenge with a positive attitude, because there's a lesson to be learned with every challenge we face in life. And so remember that things just don't happen, to us. They actually happen for us to help us grow and help us develop, because without challenges, how do we get stronger? How can we get stronger if we're not challenged? So please remember that every challenge or every obstacle that come your way is just a way to make you stronger, because you are capable of so much and you will overcome this challenge or this obstacle that has come your way. So with that thought, I would leave you, and of course I look forward to seeing you right here next week, same time on Rudraaya. Until then, enjoy your Saturday and be blessed, stay safe, and namaste, and have a wonderful week ahead. Sitaram.
आरती श्री रामायण सिया की गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद सुख सनकादिशेष शारद वरनि पवन सुत गिरति आरती श्री रामायण जी की जहर वेर पुराण यष्टदश जहो शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस तन मन धन सन को सरबस सारयंच कामत सब की आरती श्री रामायण जी की गावत संदत शंभु भवानी अरुंगत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यासादिक विभुंग मघानी काकभुजुंडी गरुड की आरती श्री रामायण जी की गले मलहरने विषय रस की सुभग श्रृंगार मुक्ति युवती की हरनी रोग भाव मोरी नमी की तात मात सब वेद तुलसी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कल कललित सी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कल कललित सी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया की आरती श्री राम